Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Armageddon grip mod. Take a look at that. Now this is the coated grip mod. The original, or like just the regular one, is normally just like all brass finish, but this one is coated. I have the black and blue splatter version, and then on top is the Dang RDA that I've been thoroughly enjoying. So this is definitely an interesting style of a mod. It's a side fire, so you have your little fire button right there. Just click it in, and it fires. And what makes this mod really interesting is on the very bottom, right there, is a little locking mechanism. So basically you take it, and then you give it a little quarter turn or so, and it locks your device. And it won't fire, which I think is really nice. You can just quick lock it, toss it in your pocket, grab your juice, toss it in your pocket, your mod won't fire. Now, to go over a little bits of the mod itself. So the way it works is your battery actually goes in from the top. Got a 40T in here. Maybe you can see, I don't know how well if it'll pick up down there, but that's your contact. You can see your switch down there as you press it. Oh, maybe down this end. Kind of see it moving in and out, making contact. That's your bottom contact, and then your switch. You know, this is just basically one just massive piece of metal. Now, I will mention that when I got mine, these screws were fairly loose up at the top, and so it was super wibbly wobbly, and it was just firing almost uncontrollably. But all he did is just takes a little hex screwdriver and just screw those in a little more to tighten them up. And I haven't had problems with it since. You can really run your batteries either positive up, positive down. It doesn't really matter. Always check your batteries for tears within the wrap. Just toss it right down on in there. And then when I did get it, I'm not gonna lie, it was incredibly dirty on the contacts or around here on the threads. I was able to clean it up a little bit, but it's still pretty dirty. While I got it, it's a hybrid top cap. There is some engraving right up in there. A little pickup. Yeah. Immortal Mods grip. Your battery's in there. Just take it and just screw it in. You want to make sure that you have your atomizer screwed on before you screw it down. And then it just screws in until it just fits snug with the battery. Right about there. Snug. One thing I did notice, that if you're kind of picky about it, I'm a little picky about it, but it's not too terrible, is you can kind of see some of that gold threading right there, because with some 21700s it doesn't sit all the way flush, so there's just a touch of gold threading showing, or like the brass threading showing, but it's not a terrible deal. It doesn't affect how the mod functions. It's just more of a aesthetic aspect. Yeah, it doesn't come with like a sleeve. Mine came in just a little plastic box, basically. And yeah, there's not a whole lot to it, really. You know, mechanical mod, tube mod. But I do really like the way that it feels. You know, you can just hold it just like this, and hits really nice and hard. I mean, because instead of the switch kind of being down here, I mean, I guess it wouldn't really matter, but overall, it's a quite enjoyable mod. I was able to get this through Florida Vapor Supply, and they're having a huge sale right now because apparently they're going out of business, so you can pick it up for super cheap, like not even maybe like $150. And they do have like full kits as well that comes with it. This is obviously not the RDA that came with it, but they have one of the Armageddon manufacturing uh, RDAs that come with it. Have a little bit of a brain fart, and the whole thing will be coated different colors like red and black, blue and black, green, different kind of splatters. So yeah, overall a very enjoyable mod. At first you think, oh, like it's engraved, I have number 5. No, they all are labeled as number 5. Maybe it's because it's their 5th mod they've ever made. I don't really know. Details really weren't given on the website. But yeah, it hits really nice. I think this dang RDA goes really well with it. Vaping on some Space Jam Star Cloud. It's like a caramel apple and some pear, which is definitely an interesting combination, but tastes pretty good. And since while I'm at it, I will kind of go over the dang RDA a little more. I was struggling a little with it at first because, well, that's with all new RDAs. It takes a little bit to kind of get really good, perfect coil placement. And I have found that if you space your coils a little more than having them close together, because I was having some pretty bad spit back. I mean, you can have your coils sit down fairly low and still get really good flavor. But then I just space out my coils a little bit. See if it'll pick it up. Space it out just a touch more. And then it really helps cut back on the spit back. But you still get really good flavor because of the way that the airflow hits. What the hell? Basically, the airflow comes in and hits those coils, and as it goes up and it gets domed, so you get really good flavor. With just a little less spit back. And it is really nice. I mean, you can drip right through the cap. You don't have to worry about anything. But yeah, it's a really simple mod. I would definitely give it probably like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. It did come a little dirty. It basically just comes in a box. No really certification or anything like that. The threads being a little dirty, that was kind of a letdown and a pain in the ass. But having the safety switch is definitely an added bonus. You just a little, turn it, doesn't fire, pop it in your pocket. You don't have to worry about anything. Because this switch, it's not loose. This is not a loose locking switch. It's quite tight as you turn it and lock it. So that way you don't have to worry about it, just being super kind of floppy in your pocket. Let's kind of give it just another little overview here. The paint's really nice. I haven't noticed like paint coming off or anything. I've had it for about 2 months now. Definitely. I mean, it's definitely an enjoyable mod, especially the fact that they can kind of have like all them cutouts and everything, but it doesn't affect how the button works because the button's down here and there's your contact, and then you just press it and it makes contact and completes the circuit and fires. So yeah, there you have it. I mean, it's definitely some cool design kind of going on, within the actual like firing bar, which I think is really cool. It's definitely not as hard of a, I guess you could say, as like a, as with some things like the Purge, you know, where I mean it's a really hard. You have to, like you have to earn to fire it. Whereas this one is actually quite springy and it's quite enjoyable. Yeah, and I'll take off the Addy just so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like without an atomizer on it. It sits as such. So I hope you have enjoyed this review. I hope you continue to vape on. I hope you continue to vape safely. And if you enjoyed the review, let me know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that other typical shit that YouTubers say. I'm not really much of a YouTuber. So yeah, keep on vaping.